Hey, I'm Danielle, and today we're talking about what to do if you're dreaming of leaving your full-time job. The first thing I want to say is that I've been there. My first job out of college started out exciting, but soon turned to be dreadful since corporate was just not a fit for me. And purely for your entertainment, I want to share all the things that I attempted to do in order to leave this job. The first thing that comes to mind is getting my MBA. No, I did not get my MBA, but I attended a session about getting an MBA because I thought that would be the perfect reason for leaving. I could go get an MBA. Was I really excited about it? No. Did I end up doing it? No, but for some reason to me it felt easier to leave that full-time job getting an MBA than to go another direction. Clearly turned out not to be the right path, and I think I knew it all along. So what else did I do? I applied and interviewed for jobs that I totally would have hated. There was an advertising agency. I remember even in the interview they had like this test situation where they're like, okay, put together this profile for this client, and they left the room for 5 minutes and I had no idea what I was doing. Wasn't even excited about it, not even eager to learn. I was like, this seems like a workaholic culture with absolutely nothing in line with my interest. There were plenty of different jobs like that I was pursuing that, now that I think about it, would just have been more terrible than the job I was in. I just thought the grass was greener on the other side. What else? I remember drawing out this little calendar and I said, I'm gonna X out each day that I work, and when I get to this date, I'm leaving no matter what's coming up next. You know what? I kept adding on months to that because I wasn't ready yet. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and so I just continued to add months and put those X's in with no relief. I also considered leaving with no plan, which I had a one-bedroom apartment and other bills to pay, and that did not seem like the best answer either. I would research late at night. I remember learning about what it's like to be a financial advisor. Why would I ever be a financial advisor? That doesn't make any sense, but that was an idea that crossed my mind where I was researching on my phone late at night in the dark while laying in bed. Oh, the memories. I would scroll endlessly through LinkedIn and look at all the job postings, and none of those were a fit. I don't even think that's the best place to find a job these days, and it just didn't get me anywhere. I've considered going back to an old job, even though I know deep in my heart that I am having this like rosy retrospection, this like glistening vision of what my work used to be like, even though I know I had challenges in that job too, you know? Many of us have thought, oh, this job isn't working for me. Why don't I just start a business? One does not just start a business. It's actually a lot harder than probably many full-time jobs. And of course we have moving cities. I remember thinking, hey, maybe if I moved to New York City or Atlanta, which either of those would have been much more expensive than the situation I was in. Also not good answers. So maybe you can relate to some of these. I spent so much time thinking through all these different possibilities and not getting very far when it comes to transitioning from this job I did not like and knew wasn't a fit for me to something that I would really enjoy. And you know what ended up happening, interestingly enough? I ended up actually transitioning into a job that was a dream job for me at the time. It was helping high school students get into college, working alongside someone who was creative and excited and passionate and was the founder of the company. And it was pretty serendipitous how we met, how we got connected, and how I stepped into that role. It was actually supposed to be a part-time role, and I ended up moving into full-time work with her. So I share all that just to say that we never know how things are gonna pan out, and sometimes when we're trying to like plan the whole process in our heads of, oh, I'll become this, and then this will happen, and then I'll be happy with this, it just doesn't work out that way. And the situation we actually end up being happy in kind of just falls into place when we take the necessary steps and opportunity meets preparation, so to speak. So when I think back to that time a few years ago, there are a few specific steps that come to mind that I wish I'd known and I wished I'd followed instead of spending all those late nights wondering what to do with my life and trying to figure it all out at once. Okay, so are you ready for the 3 most important steps that you could possibly take in the situation you're in? First one is a hard pill to swallow, especially for me, and that is to be patient. The last thing you want is to jump into another job that you hate just as much or maybe more. If you can take the time to actually invest in finding a job that you're truly gonna enjoy or will help you to build skills that are important to you at this stage in your career, That is gonna mean so much more than jumping into the next thing and then feeling like you have to play out a certain time span there so it doesn't make your resume look bad. You don't wanna get caught in that trap. So please, I'm telling my past self this as much as I'm telling you right now, to be patient. If you don't like your job, let things simmer. Take the time you need to actually look into something that you're going to be interested in rather than jumping to the next job that's available and ending up hating that one too. Let's talk about step number 2, and this one is huge. Focus on relationships. People say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And to a certain extent, yes, you could be a genius, but if you're not connecting with other people, it could be harder to get a role that's really a fit for you. So the biggest tool that I recommend for this is informational interviews. I talk about them all the time, and I have a video laying out exactly how to set them up and how to have these conversations that help you learn from other people's career paths and move forward in your career. So definitely check out that video if you want to know how to set that up for yourself. Step number 3 is making a weekly routine list. What do I mean by this? If you have a specific list of steps that you're taking on a weekly basis in order to move forward in your career, you have focus. You are tunnel vision specific on what you're looking for and how you want to progress. So whether this is related to doing research to learn more about different opportunities and types of job roles, whether you are having conversations, networking, getting connected, or getting hands-on experience by trying your own projects, shadowing, building a portfolio, whatever that means for your industry or a potential industry that you might pursue, do that work. Make that weekly list, make it routine, and even if you gotta wake up early to get some of this stuff done, I swear to God, it's gonna be worth it. If it matters enough to you, you will make time, and if it doesn't, you will make an excuse. Let's be honest. And those are our 3 steps. If you're dreaming of leaving your current job, you've gotta be patient, focus on relationships, and make your weekly routines list. And I promise, if you narrow in on those 3 things, you will progress towards your goal of finding work you love. And that's all we've got for today. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about what to do if you wanna quit your job, I do have another video where I share different information, so I'll link that here and definitely check it out. Besides that, thank you for watching this video. I put out all kinds of stuff about career development, personal growth, all that good stuff, so please click subscribe and you'll get more of that from me. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!